Hello friends and welcome to Shadowfax Games. I am playing the Blueprints once again. Last time I made some exciting progress. I had opened up the garage door and accessed a new area outside the manor that I now have access to, whether I get to the garage or not, so that's pretty awesome. So let's continue on day 8. I made it through 3 days last time, 5, 6, and 7, starting on day 8. Hopefully I have a couple or one better day this time instead of 2 or 3 short days, but we'll see how it goes. So there's going to be a few things I want to check out right away. And I am going to have to burn some footsteps right at the beginning, because last time I found a code in the boardroom, but it was on red paper. It said it was the code for the safe. I doubt it's for the safe because it was on red paper. So either that's just the wrong code for the safe, which wouldn't make much sense from a gameplay perspective. So I'm taking the view that it's the code for something else. And I think that something else will be that padlock over here. Now, obviously, this is a huge guess, and I could very well be wrong. But I think it's worth the footsteps to try and check this out and see what happens. Alright. So that code was 908-3. Nope, so I was wrong, but it was worth a shot. The other thing I wanted to check out before I get too far today is I want to go to the new area I opened up and see if what I put in stayed there. See if the room I put in stayed there. I was also wondering if I'd be able to see if that flame is still active. Maybe? Yeah. That flame should be on top of the roof here. I cannot tell. Okay, so I'm going to come over to the shack here. And it looks like I will need to put in the room again, or put in a different room. Oh, yep. Okay, yeah, so it's definitely worth it to come over here because there's different things I can put in here. Rooms in your house will be more likely to contain dig spots today, tool shed, and trading post. 2 special items in the tool shed, items for trade. I'm going to go ahead and put in the tool shed and see what the 2 special items are. Lock pick kit will occasionally be able to unlock some normal door. And the sledgehammer, which I can shatter the padlocks on trunks. Alright. Anything else? It was only 2 special items. I'm just checking there's nothing else to grab here. Alright, so it does seem worth it to come over here at the start, although I have burned nearly 10 footsteps at this point. It will be 10 by the time I get back up in. Alright. I guess let's begin. And as always, I'll go left. Can do the closet, the spare room, or the parlor. Let's start right off with the parlor. Alright, let's see what the puzzle is today. Only one box is true. Only one box contains gems. This is true. So if this were true, that would be two boxes which are true. So this cannot be true. So that's false, which means the gems are in the white box. It has to be true. Perfect. Anything to pick up over here? Anything behind the couch today? Not that I can tell. One of these days there'll be something back there. Alright, left if possible. The den will let me go in multiple directions. I'm going to go left, and I want a T if possible. Or I could put in the observatory. The observatory will block me off from down below. I'm going to put in the drawing room. Make sure there's nothing on any of these tables. Alright, so I want a dead-end room down here. Or the observatory. Do I want to redraw them? Now I'll go ahead and put in the observatory. So I believe that's going to put me at 4 stars. So can I get anything good out of 4 stars? 1 gem. Alright, so I got a gem out of the observatory today, but that lets me keep leveling up the observatory, so I'm okay with that. It's really the only way to advance is to get these rooms leveled up, and since I found upgrade disc can upgrade your rooms as well, that's another way to do it. Alright. I'm gonna go north. Do I want the commissary? I'm going to do the West Wing Hall. Not the commissary quite yet. I don't have any coins. I have read that one before. Alright, I'm going to keep going north. The garage is good because if I find the car keys, I can get the upgrade disc out of the trunk, plus it gives me 3 keys. I don't necessarily need to worry about opening the door right to it right now. Although it can give me a shortcut back to the main entryway, which I realized after I had burned a bunch of footsteps trying to get back to the main entryway last time. So there's that. I'm gonna do the garage. So first off, there's keys over here. If I can connect the garage to the boiler room, I can actually activate something here. Although I don't know if that just activates the door like changing the power did. This is off right now. And I don't have the car keys to open the car or look in the trunk. I've read that note. Alright, we're going back. This was a good place to put in a dead end because it's a T intersection. Alright, so I want to go left and forward. I can't do the passageway because it's a 2-gem requirement. I'm not going to do the chapel yet. Well, it would be a good time because I don't have any coins on me. I'm going to do the storeroom. Grab another key, grab another gem. What is this? Provides juice to battery-powered contraptions. I don't know that I've found a battery-powered contraption. Interesting. That's something new. Alright. I'm going down to the den. So turning right will give me multiple routes through this area, but I definitely want to go straight or north if I can. I'm going to put in the commissary. So nothing battery powered there. What's available here? Salt, shovel, sleep mask. I've never gotten a shovel. I need more coins though. Yeah, I'll go up if I can. Or I could do the closet and then go back around, or the nursery. I'm going to do the nursery. And get more steps because I'm light on steps today. Banana will help with that. There's the Red Prince book. So I believe that the person I'm playing as is Simon, who is the Blue Prince, and his brother is the Red Prince. I could be wrong. I should reread the thing in the archives again. So day 20 and 21, there's a 50% off sale in the commissary. I'm going to hop back down to the entry hall because that's all I've got left and keep working my way around. Little dangerous, putting in, down to only one door at this point, but I can give myself some intersections here. I'm looking for a T intersection if I can. Security. I can't because I don't have a gem. I've used them all. Pantry will give me coins. I think I'll do that, as well as an apple or fruit of some kind. Alright, so T intersection are going up. Not the coat check, not the bedroom. This is literally the end of the day. Alright. Well, this was a short... No, yeah, because I can't do the courtroom. So I'm going to do the coat check. And in the coat check, I'm going to check... let's check the battery pack. Alright. I'm curious if I go to retrieve item. No. I don't want to retrieve it. Alright, so that battery pack is checked there. In case I can't find find it around later. Yeah, in the meantime, I guess all I can do is restart the day. Let's call it. And that's been only 15 minutes, so plenty of time for another run or two at this. I think, yeah, the tool shed is the only new room. Okay, I will save and continue. So let's look at day 9. Once again, I'm going to go over to the tool shed and put a room in there right away. Seems like I can get some useful items out of it. So the 4 footsteps or so I have to burn, so, well, here's one. And I'm burning them coming back as well. So here's 2. So it's either going to be 4 or 6. Does crossing here burn a footstep? It does not. Tomb. Each time you draft a dead end in your house, spread 5 coins in the tomb. So I've seen the hovel before. Shelter protects you from the negative effects of the next 3 red rooms drafted. I will do the shelter. See if there's anything to find in here. There's a terminal in the shelter. Time-locked safe. Remain where you are for now. Given that the Red Guard is due tomorrow, we've agreed with your plan and have disabled remote access to the other terminals and have sealed the network mainframe. Regardless of the danger, I am still not willing to risk removing shelter from the draft pool while the 3 of you are down there. Our best bet is to sit tight and hope for a little bit of luck. Okay. Yep. Well, let's see what's going on here. Welcome to Mount Holly Bomb Shelter. Time lock safe. I don't know what the date is, to be honest. All right. Interesting. As of November 4. So is November 4 my starting day? Is there anything giving me the date and time? Well, I have to actually put in a password. November 7th. So at least November 7th. I guess how do I determine what the date is? That'll be tricky. Alright, so there's a time lock safe I can't get into because I'm not sure what the date is. I think it's in November. Seems like it would be. If I go out here, does it look like it's fall going on winter? Well, evergreen trees, so impossible to say. I'm curious what happens if I go around to the garage door while the garage isn't in. Oh, that's what happens. Perfect. There's no bridge. Yep. Alright, so I'm protected from my first 3 red rooms. No date on that because he wouldn't have known when he would have died. Alright, well let's get going. See how far I can get. Going to do the hallway. Grab a key. There should be a key in here. Where's the key? Oh, right there. I will do the storeroom, actually. Or the pantry. I'm going to do the pantry. Get some steps. Going to do the spare room just to get it out of my pool. I don't have a gym yet, so bedroom or storeroom. I'm going to do the storeroom. Get some items. And then back to the hallway and go north. I'm going to do the closet and grab 2 items. Dice, that's always useful. And a shovel. Maybe I can actually dig some stuff up this time around. We'll see how it goes. I'm gonna go north and try to work my way over to the west wing again. Well, that didn't work out. I'll do the den. No chest or anything in here. I want to go north, so let me go ahead and put in the commissary. Nothing to do there. What's available today? I don't think I need the magnifying glass, so I'll save up for some of the others. At some point I need to figure out what this with bathtub without that. H-tub. Yes, I do want to turn left. So I'll do that. Got a decent amount of keys going on here. I want to go straight forward if I can. I'm protected from the effects of the dark room, so it might be a good time to put it in. Opportunity to earn and spread coins, or the parlor. So these two are dead ends, but I might actually go ahead and put in the dark room, because I'm protected from its effects right now. And that is interesting because I can actually see some things now. Oh, I need the magnifying glass. Should I go back and buy a magnifying glass? That's that padlocked gate. I should go back and buy the magnifying glass. Cinca? I've heard a lot about Cinca. Interesting. What else can I find in here? Lockpicks. So normally there's not a lot I can do in here because it's dark. Print notes. HS has requested yet another print of her ladyship, I assume for one of her rooms in the West Wing, as well as an enlarged print of the enclosed photograph. He said the last development was too dark, so keep an eye on that. I want to zoom in both on that and that. So I need to go buy me a magnifying glass. I want to zoom in on that. Okay, yes. So I'm glad I put the dark room in. Those are all blank. Okay, being protected from the dark room's effects was well worth it. I just need a magnifying glass. Alright. Nothing there. Alright, let's start here. Nothing there. Cinca Company. Okay. 1128. I need to write that down for sure. That's almost certainly the code on the gate outside. Um, 1128. Green memos found in Hartley's room are always false. Green memos in Hartley's room are false. I've only seen red and blue memos so far, so I don't know how helpful that is. But useful information. Is this the same picture? Anything to discover here? Nope. All right. I'm going to move on. I want to turn right if possible. I may even use my reroll for that. I'd be protected from the chapel, but it'd be a dead end. Corridor would be a dead end. Drawing room is my option here. All right, I want to go left if possible. I can't do the nursery. I can do the corridor or the bedroom. Going to do the corridor. Nothing here. Once again, I want to go left if possible. Chapel would let me go left. Parlor's going right. I'm going to put in the chapel. I would kind of like to be not waste being protected from it, but that's what I'm going to do. All right. There's a gem there. All right, I would like a T intersection that goes left and right if possible. Yeah, I'll use the lockpick kit. I can't pick it. All right. Terrace, which seems to be a dead end. But green rooms don't cost gems to draft. I could get my garage in again, or I could do my T intersection. I'm going to do my T intersection. All right, I've been in here. So I want a dead end room. Well, whatever I put here is going to be a dead end room. Yeah. Oh, there's my coat check. I could pick up my battery pack. I could do the veranda, greater chance of finding items in green rooms. Or I could do the parlor. Oh, I can't do the veranda. I'm gonna hold off on the coat check. I'm going to go ahead and do the parlor. All right, before anything else, I need to make sure I pick that up. And then let's see what the puzzle is. Gems are not in the white box or the blue box. Gems are in both the blue box and the black box. That's a lie. And the reason I know that's a lie is the rules are gems are in only one box. So that's a lie. Gems are in both the black box and the white box. That's a lie. So this one has to be true. They're not in the white or the blue, so they are in the black. All right, that gives me some more to go off of. I'm going to keep working my way up before I backtrack back all the way down to the entrance hall. Two steps when I enter the gymnasium. Bedroom gives me 2 steps. The laboratory. I'm going to do the laboratory because I tried an experiment in here, but I don't think I did actually wound up doing anything with it. This needs to be connected to the boiler room to power this machine, whatever that is. I don't know what all those notes are about. I did read that before. Is this one? This may be useful for thawing the freezer room. Periodic table. That's false, and I know it's in the office. All right, I'm gonna do this. Research logs. I might do that one again. Whenever you draft an archived floor plan, permanently add 1 gold to your allowance. So let's hope I can actually find the archive room. Yep. Actually, I want to see, because I have another little password. Okay, so I can unlock the time lock safe from here. I'm curious if I can, in my research logs, just tells me day 4, it doesn't tell me the date. I'm gonna need to find a way to figure out what the actual date is. Is that a gem? No. Alright, yep, I'll go forward or up, but right isn't the worst thing ever. I'll do the courtyard. Hey, is that a sledgehammer? It is a sledgehammer. Is there anything to dig up here? Like right here? Dug up some coins. There's something to dig up here. Coin. I'm protected from the chapel's effect. I kind of want to go back down, see if I can find some easier things. Bedroom. Nursery. Foyer. Oh. That's a 2-gem requirement. I can't do it. I'm going to do the nursery so I can get some footsteps in. Alright, so I need to go all the way back down to the entrance hall, which is a bit. Then through the dark room, curve around, and back out to the entrance hall. Okay. It's interesting that you can only interact with these pictures when the dark room is deactivated by the shelter. Got 4 coins. Alright, so I need to be careful. I need to go straight forward, if at all possible. So I'm going to have to redraw. Well, there it is. That's all, folks. Let's see what's in here. A gem, a gem, a cupcake, a key. Okay, let's make sure I didn't miss an opportunity to go a different direction. I did not, so that was just really bad luck. I wonder... That experiment won't do anything because I haven't drafted an archived form. So here's clearly the time. So that's good to know. But what about the date? Is there any place where there's a calendar or something? How do I know what the date is? Well, I guess that's something to figure out on my next run through. In the meantime, let's call it a day. All right, we'll go one more day, since we're not at an hour yet. All right, so the first thing I want to do is use my new combination. So now that I know what this is, the apple orchard has been permanently unlocked and added to your campsite. Starting tomorrow, you will start each new day with an extra 20 steps. Well, that's awesome. All right, let's... see what I can find around here. Make sure I don't miss anything. There's a shed back here. Wheelbarrow. Oh, hey! So that's 2 flames now, right? Or is it just 1 because I need that? Nope, that is 2. So once I've unlocked them, they're both good to go. All right. Perfect. There's something going on here. April 10th, 1992. When I first came on the estate in the capacity of the new groundskeeper, I was a little dismayed to find that my predecessor had kept no notes, no logbook, and no record of any kind regarding the various gardens and green rooms of the house under his care. As a result of this improvidence, in the first few months of my post, I suffered a number of embarrassing professional blunders that I believe could have been avoided with even a few scraps of imparting wisdom from the previous groundsman. To that end, I will make an effort to make some record of my dealings on the estate, inasmuch as it pertains to horticulture and general tomfoolery. Among my many commissioned duties, I have been tasked with conservation and oversight of Mount Holly's alluring grounds. My domain stretches from gate to gate and encompasses the apple orchard, entrance drive, and east yard. Fortunately for my workload, the maintenance of the west grounds has not been a priority since Lady Epson's death and the ensuing closure of the west wing. Nevertheless, I take pride in my work, so I still endeavor to brush the west path weekly, even if none but myself take notice. In addition to maintaining the grounds, there are 8 green rooms within the house that require some light level of upkeep and light groundskeeping. The majority of these I discovered are only draftable on the perimeter of the house along the east and west wings. The terrace, patio, veranda, morning room, greenhouse, and secret garden all fall within this category. One of the first tasks I undertook as groundskeeper was to conduct a survey of the various plots of soil underneath each slot on both the east and west wings of the house. And while I would have preferred a full survey of all 45 plots of the house, it was clear that the inconvenience of such an undertaking would produce was in no way worth the extra data, especially considering the rooms that would benefit from this survey only appear in the wings. To quantify soil quality, I measured the soil's capacity to support crop growth and maximize the promise of high yields. The survey ended up taking 2 weeks due to some difficulty reaching the higher ranks, but the project was well worth the effort. As suspected, the room position has a direct relationship to the amount of fruit spread from the gardens and the amount of flowers that can bloom in a greenhouse. I might take a picture of this then. Yeah. Keep this for reference. All right, so we've got poor soil, poor soil, poor soil, good soil. So if I put green rooms on these good soil, there's more fruit and more flowers. Okay. Smudge pots. A few years ago, the Baron made the long overdue decision to switch from gas lighting to electrical power. The installation of the new system was a substantial undertaking, as almost every room in the house had to be equipped with new fixtures and wiring. Thankfully, those renovations did not extend beyond the mansion's interior, and all the lamps and equipment used outside of the house are still connected and powered by gasoline, including but not limited to the orchard's smudge plots. The smudge plots found among the apple trees here in the orchard are a critical necessity thanks to the cold temperatures and high altitude of the estate. These gas-burning stack heaters prevent frost and should be kept on during the winter months to ensure a daily yield of apples. When the smudge pots are not in use, the orchard's gasoline should be turned off to conserve resources for the estate's other gas-powered machinery and appliances. After a few months of idleness, I finally have a new cause to champion, and I have submitted a request for a change of scenery. Specifically, I would like to replace the statue of Orinda currently in the cloister with the much more appropriate angel Rhina. After all, as beautiful as the statue is, shouldn't the greenery of Mount Holly be governed by the paragon of gardening? Though amused, I do not think Anne took the request too seriously, though she did humor me and listen to me rave and pontificate on the subject for the better part of our lunch yesterday. And she wonders why I avoid tending the cloister. Truth be told, I have forgotten how to access the inner garth and am too scared of chastisement to probe for the particulars for a third time. My best rendition, pretty good considering I have only ever seen Rhina's depiction in the chapel. Alright, I think that's the full book. Yep. So this is a smudge pot here, but I can't do anything with it. Got sundial. I've turned on the gas here. Yeah, I can't do anything with these smudge pots, seems like. Interesting. So this is the tree that had the combination on it. Yep, it's cut down. Alright. So solid discovery. Haven't figured out how to get into that mine yet. So far today, all I've done is walk around outside. But down here, this is where the gas torches are. Am I going to have to find them for each and every single one of these bowls, or just the 4 out here? That's a good question. But clearly I want to turn all 4 of those on. Nothing down here still. And no way to light these. Alright, I think I'll have used quite a few of my footsteps, but that will be less of an issue starting on the next day because of my apple orchard unlocked. Alright, I'm gonna stop by and put a room in the shed out here. But apparently there's an east yard as well I should be able to get to. Nope, not this way. Alright, what do I want to put here? Schoolhouse adds 8 classrooms to today's draft pool. I don't know that I've ever seen a classroom. Herbie. I believe that's the brother. There's something here. Closing address. For the last 38 years, it has been my pleasure of serving as your schoolmaster in this humble little facility. And meager as it may look by modern standards, I think most of us who spent our afternoons here will readily admit that we are reluctant to see this small piece of Reddington history go. I first wish to thank Lady Epson, our most gracious host today, for not only paying attention in my classes those many years ago, but for all the fundraising she has done on behalf of our community and our children. Without her, Reddington Elementary would still be a distant and blurry vision, a vision that I dared not even dream. The dreamer, of course, is the incomparable Mrs. Peterson, our future principal, and my reluctant successor, who I might add, forced me to give this speech. So I think I'll end my praise of her there, though she deserves much more, I'll admit. To the architect of our new school, the Baron Sinclair, thank you for following in your father's footsteps and building Reddington yet another school, and for also allowing the use of your own private residence and the floor plans to serve as our interim facility until the new campus is completed in March. A decision I'm certain he will immediately regret tomorrow morning when he hears the children running through his halls. And lastly, I wish to thank all my students, many of you here today whom I have not seen in years, whose faces I still remember as young and manners wild. Those here whose parents before them I have also taught and whose children I may yet. Without you, I would have had a lifetime of quiet and peace. And yet what is all the peace in the world if you have no one to bestow demerits upon? Thank you all sincerely. My time here has meant the world to me, and if I am still standing in 8 months, I will see you all at the slightly less melancholic ribbon cutting ceremony next year. Better joke to end. Remember to give Mrs. Peterson her gift. All right. Gift. Within a timely manner. Ooh. Well, let's do that right away. Clearly have more of those to find, at least one more. Alright, I'm glad I came this way. I'm glad I opened the orchard. What's over this way? Not a lot. In this direction, not a lot. Okay. Well, I've used up more than 10 steps already. Let's see how much progress I can make inside. Alright, I'm going to look at this photo quick. I might try to move along the east wing today. See what happens. Workshop. Library. Workshop, combine inventory to create new items. I don't have any inventory right now. I'll do the den. Okay, yeah, like I said, I'm gonna try to go along the right side today. Do the nook. All right. Based on the diagram, I mean, it's good soil for the next 2 north, and then there's rich soil 3 north of here. So I want to think about that for green rooms. I'll do the corridor. Yeah, so this should be good soil, rich soil. So I want to keep going north if I can. And here's the other yard I can access if I can find the right room for it, I guess. going to do the spare room because I want to get a green room on here. No green room. Okay, well, it was worth a shot. Parlor, why not? Grab some gems. The statement on one of the other two boxes would be true if you replace the word every with the word this. This box contains gems. So that's every box contains gems. This is a true statement. Or this is a false statement. The statement on one of the other two boxes would be true if you replaced every word with the word this. So it could be true if I replaced it with this. In which case, this would be true. This would be false. That's false for sure. That's false. This is true. So this has to be true based on this statement being true. So this box contains gems. The logic is getting trickier every time. Alright, I want to try to keep going north if I can. Add the observatory, why not? Okay, I have 5 stars. Hang on. Weather's getting a little wild out there. So, Southern Cross, rooms with 4 doors are more common today. Yes, let's lock that in, I suppose. Seems reasonable, seems less likely to block myself in that way. So I'm heading south. I want to go right or down if possible. I'm already low on steps. Going to do the library. So this must be a classroom. Magnifying glass, please. Books and periodicals requested with this form will be pulled and available the next time you draft the library. Please select one. Swimbird. Drafting strategy. I'm going to request that. Yeah, I'm going to request the drafting strategy. It's over here. Nothing. Can I go up those stairs? Hopefully. Let's see what's on this floor first. Additional reading. The House Directory is a great resource for information. If you wish to read more about a specific room in your house, press R to pull up the directory. I wonder if there's any point to this. I mean, I suppose it could give me some information if I'm not sure about a room. What about up the steps? Mount Holly records, so I should take a look at that when I have a chance. There is a lot going on here. Mount Holly scrapbook. November 5, the Baron of Mount Holly names provisional heir. So the scrapbook is things I've solved that. Maybe not, because that's the tree cut down. First item checked, battery pack. My favorite floor plans. Den, can't seem to pass it up. Most drafted, den, parlor, pantry. Most paid for, passageway, commissary, drawing room. Most time spent in, security, parlor, entrance hall. Contraptions I've made, none so far. Largest purchase, nothing here. Maybe most avoided floor plans, kitchen, office, and laundry room. Okay, so that's kind of a cool record of where I've been and what I've done. That's cool, I might check in on that more often. Temporal records, total time, 5 hours, 8 minutes, total days, 10 hours. Longest day, 55 minutes, 57 seconds. Average day, 30 minutes, 58 seconds. Sounds about right. Alright, so potentially I can get a readable book in here. So which one did I request? I requested the drafting strategy. Alright, I want to try to go up if I can. Great Hall, 7 locked doors. Commissary, items for sale. I don't have any coins with me. I'm going to do the passageway. I'm going to come down, and I want to connect, but I also want to go left if I can. But I don't have to because I could come up from the den. So actually, right is better. Archives. Or the furnace. Going to do the archives. Alright. Over here, I want to look at the book over here. It's been a bit. There was some things I wanted to see. I could look Swimbird. Yep. And then Marion winds up being involved in some sort of rebellion or terrorist activity or something like that. Alright. I'm going to draft a room over here quick. Nope, no gems. Dark room. I mean, it's the place to put the dark room today. And now I can't see anything in here. It is the place to put the dark room today, because I don't need to pass through it at all, and I don't need to draft everything from it. Anything from it. I could have put in the library, or the lab, I mean, and tried to see what I could do there. Doing okay on steps. Closet, guest bedroom. Archived plan. Let's see what the archived plan is. It's the pantry. Can't argue with that. So I want to go left or up. Bedroom will create a loop. What's the archived plan? It's the chapel. Alright, so I'm losing a coin. No gem in here today. Sometimes there's a gem, sometimes not. I want a T intersection if I can. Like the West Wing Hall. Alright, checking my diagram. Yeah, it's much farther. Well, there's one rich soil. Directly north of me is rich soil, so if I want to put a green room there, it'd be good. Well, this archived plan, that's clearly the coat room. I don't have a gem for the classroom. Let's do the utility closet. Alright. Yep. Key card system off. Yes, please. Off. I turned the gymnasium. Dark room. Oh, I can turn the dark room on. So. And I don't know about the vac indicators. I haven't figured out what the vac indicators do yet, except that I'm able to change their color. Yeah, keycard system off, and then I need the security room. Interesting. Alright, so directly north. I want a green room if I can. Gem requirement, so I guess it's the storeroom or the closet. Let's do the storeroom. Coin. Key. What's this? Broken lever. Could prove useful. Interesting. Useful for what? I do not know. Alright, yep, I guess I'm losing another coin. But I'm gonna come up to the passageway and go left. Left first, and I want to turn right if I can. Oh, yeah, I'll do the bedroom. Coin purse. What is the guy in the rumpus room gave me some sort of information about a door marked with the moon. Alright, left if I can. Not enough gems. Guest bedroom. Let's try the archived one. I like to gamble. It's the closet. Okay. Key. And shoes. Running shoes. Occasionally save steps when traveling longer distances across the estate and grounds. Okay. I guess I need to go north. And that's my only option. Everything else is blocked off. Alright, give me the option to go north, please. Here's hoping the archived floor plan will go north. It does, but I need a keypad. And I lost half my steps coming in here. Yep, and I don't have the security room. Alright, well, I believe that's going to be it then. So I need to figure out a way to get into the east area here. Looks like there's what's you call it? Not a pagoda. What? Pavilion there. That's blocked off. I've got 3 of these lit. What I'm wondering is if the 4th will be the last one, or if all of these need to be lit. Interesting. Alright, well, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy my content, please like, comment, and subscribe. In the meantime, have a great day. And I will make a wish. And I will see you next time.